Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jupiter James and this is Astro Motivation, where I awaken the astrologer within you and aim to give you a little inspiration and motivation per your unique placement within your birth chart. Today I'm excited to be bringing you an astrological transit of the full moon in Capricorn, or the July buck moon as a lot of astrologers have come to know, okay? And so this July buck moon or full moon in Capricorn is going to be a full culminating event that is going to be taking place in our sky, that is going to be asking us to recommit to our ambitions and to tie up an overall story or chapter within our ambitions in life, our integrities, our responsibilities. You know, this is going to be the moment where we are meant to embody our mature and responsible side. Now, this energy can be a bit heavy for certain people out there, but it's this heaviness and this responsibility that is being given to us is all meant to align us to our success in life, okay? And so this energy is going to be playing out in various ways in different people's charts and different areas of their lives, depending on what your rising sign is or what your sun sign or moon sign is within astrology, okay? And so what I would like for you to do and how I would want you to watch this video is to go ahead and first and foremost watch for your rising sign. Your rising sign is going to be the most accurate representation of what this moon will be offering you. From there, of course, if you want a little bit of a deeper layer, definitely look at your sun and then your moon. But again, for the most accurate depiction of what you will be experiencing for you, look for your rising sign, okay? And so let's go ahead and get into this moment of the July buck moon, all right? This is a time for power moves, a time for responsibility, and a time to reclaim our ambition, all right? Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, this very exciting July buck moon, or the full moon in Capricorn, is going to be happening on July 10th, okay? July 10th is when this big culminating moon will be happening for us within our sky, and it's going to be offering us a very grounding moment within our career set, within our jobs, within our ambitions. This is going to be a moment where we are really meant to strike a sense of maturity within our lives, you know, within our goals, our dreams, and we are meant to really kind of step up or step away from things that are holding us back from our personal success, all right? And again, this is going to be happening for different people in different areas depending on what your rising sign is, all right? So go ahead, tap your appropriate rising sign within the timestamp of this video, and let's go ahead and dive deep. For my Aries riser, suns, and moons, this energy of this July buck moon is going to be triggering and activating your 10th house of public image, career, and legacy and life path, okay? And this is going to be a very kind of changing and shifting moment that is going to be taking place within your career set. You know, this may be a culminating moment where things really start to come out to fruition, where you may get the accolades and the recognition that you deserve within your career, or this may be a time where you shift careers or shift your public image in one way or another, or shift life paths, okay? This may also be the time where your public reputation could shift a little bit, where how people are seeing you is shifting, okay? So this is definitely a time to recommit to your goals. More specifically, I mean, your Capricorn is in the 10th house, which is all about career legacy, all about, you know, your job, how people see you, how you show up in the professional environment and setting. And so of course your emotions are going to be heightened at this moment and triggered by this area of life. Your career is going to really be causing for your emotions to be, you know, set on what's happening within your career, all right? But as long as you are ready to make those power moves, as long as you are ready to ride that wave and shift into those leadership roles and positions and release things that are outdated, that no longer serve your ascension within your career, this is going to be a very good time for you, okay? With this what is it, this full moon in Capricorn, okay? Now, I have a little bit of an affirmation for you. I like to give these affirmations out within my transit readings, and so with your affirmation with this July buck moon or the full moon in Capricorn, your affirmation is going to be, I stand correctly in my purpose, trusting the process that I build step by step to my future and my success and my legacy, all right? And so without further ado, I'm wishing you a awesome July buck moon. You have a beautiful, blessed day. Take care. Bye. For my Taurus risers, suns, and moons, this July buck moon or the full moon in Capricorn is going to be happening in your 9th house of higher learning, publishing, and travel, okay? And so this is going to be an area of life where this moon is going to trigger some new revelations around your personal belief systems in life. You know, this may also be the moment where you tie up or graduate from a course or graduate from school, or you're, you know, completing a seminar at this time. This could also be a very, very good time where a new moment or a new chapter in your story as far as like publishing goes or putting your message out there to the world could be really coming to fruition at this time with this moon in your 9th house. This full moon in the 9th is going to be quite a triggering moment for you within your optimism, within your higher faith, within the things that you believe in life, you know. So there could again be some revelations, some epiphanies, some shifts that could happen here. One thing is for certain is that your emotions are definitely going to be triggered and dependent on this area of life. You know, you may be feeling like this is the time where you do want to travel, you do want to take up that course, you do want to kind of get lost and go on your eat, pray, love journey, or go to that class or seminar, and in you doing that, that is what will make you feel better. And so if you are feeling that, that would be aligned, and you should go forth and prosper in that direction, because that is where you would find emotional fulfillment with this full moon in Capricorn in your 9th house. But one thing is for certain is that there is definitely going to be a new moment, a new chapter around your personal belief systems and what it is you truly believe about the universe, about God, about your worldview. Okay, it could be shifting a little bit. Okay, and so with this energy, this is also the house of travel, so you could also just be simply tying up some travel plans. All right, so that is something that can be happening with this July buck moon. Okay, now what I will also say is I love to offer you a little bit of an affirmation with this energy. Okay, and your affirmation for this transit, this new moon, is going to be I embrace new horizons. Okay, and with faith and courage, so that my life opens up with luck and abundance. All right, so that is going to be your affirmation for the month ahead, and I will see you on the next video. Bye. For my Gemini risers, suns, and moons, this July buck moon is going to be happening in your 8th house of shared resources, finances, debts, taxes, and intimate bonds. Now, this is going to be a moment where clarity may come to you around this area of life. You may find that there's a new revelation that needs your attention within your taxation story, or within, you know, the debts and taxes that you owe. There may also be a little bit of a shift that happens within your shared resources between you and a partner, or you and an intimate partner. This is going to be a time where you are also needing to really open up a little bit more or trust a little bit more, especially within your intimate partnerships with others. Okay, so the affirmation that I'm going to leave you with this triggered moon here in your 8th house is I release what no longer serves me and open up to profound trust. All right, this is going to be your biggest lesson with this July buck moon. Okay, now this could also be the time with this full moon in Capricorn in your 8th house where there's going to be a big emotional release that is being asked of you at this time. Your emotions are really going to be caught up in this area of life, because wherever the moon transits, no matter if it's a full moon, new moon, your emotions are going to be quite dependent on this area of life. So you may be finding that there's an inner emotional transformation that's happening, or there's going to be things or situations within your orbit that are going to be triggering your emotions to release old wounds, or to trust and open up on an intimate scale with someone, or to, you know, get your taxes and debts and money that you owe squared away. This is going to be that time where you really are going to need to put on your responsible nature, your mature nature in this area, and really press through to get those things that you owe, your finances together. You know, getting these things squared away is going to be very, very central to your emotional happiness with this energy. Okay, and there could also be a big culmination around that particular area of life. Maybe you already have been working on your taxes, your debts, the money that you owe, and this could be the moment where it all comes to a culmination. You know, you finally put that last nail in the coffin on that energy, and it's all squared away and it's done. All right, but for some out there, this may be where they're first starting to step up to the plate to get these things squared away. And this could also be in the same vein as your marital relationships or your deep intimate bonds or sexual relationships. This is going to be the time where you are needing to put on that responsible energy to learn to open up a little bit more, because I know when you have that Capricorn in the 8th house, opening up on a deep level, especially sexually, can be very tough for you. And as I expressed before, when you're having this July buck moon or this full moon in Capricorn, your emotions are quite dependent on you opening up at this time. Okay, so I'm wishing you all the best with this energy. without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best. Much prosperity and abundance. You take care. Bye. For my Cancer risers, suns, and moons, this energy of the July buck moon or the full moon in Capricorn is going to be taking place in your 7th house of committed partnerships and relationships and love and romance. And so this is going to be the time where you are going to be experiencing a bit of a culmination of a present relationship in your life. There could be a growing of a present relationship, or there can be a letting go of a present relationship. This is going to be the time where you are needing to redefine your values around relationships, around fairness within your partnerships, relationships, your romantic endeavors in life, okay? Now, this is going to be a time where you are going to be a bit emotionally dependent on this area. Whenever we have a moon transit, do know that there is going to be a bit of an emotional call to that area of your life. And so in you redefining some relationships, in you letting go of relationships that no longer serve you or that no longer match your value, this is going to be something that emotionally satisfies you in working on this area of your life. This is going to be the time in this July buck moon that you are going to need to put on your ambitious, mature thinking cap. You're going to have to put on that energy to press through in this area of life, no matter how hard or how heavy it may be to have that conversation with someone or to redefine that partnership or that contract that you have with someone. This is going to be the time where you are needing to put on that kind of boss energy and press through in this area of your life in order for you to find that emotional satisfaction within this area of life, okay? Because through this could be where a big culminating moment can be happening for you within your social life, within your romantic world, within your committed partnerships and business partnerships, okay? So a lot of shifts and culminations are going to be happening within your social world, all right? And I'm excited for what will unfold for you at this time, okay? So your affirmation with this July buck moon or this full moon in Capricorn is, I honor my boundaries while only allowing authentic connections to unfold, all right? That is going to be your affirmation during this full moon, all right? So I'm wishing you all the best. Much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Leo risers, suns, and moons, this full moon in Capricorn or this July buck moon is going to be taking place in your 6th house of daily routines, health, fitness, and your work and service in life. And with this moon is going to be triggering some realizations that you may have around your health or around your fitness or around your schedules and routines. There may be a shifting of this area of life. You know, you may have to either recommit to a little bit more of a disciplined schedule or a disciplined way of carrying out your daily routines, or you may find that you are changing them a bit. You're redefining the value that you bring to your daily life or what you need to bring to your daily life, okay? So this may also be a moment where you are having to approach this area of life with a little bit more of care, a little bit more nurturing. You know, you nurturing your body, you taking moments out for self-care, you taking a little bit more like personal days from work, right? This is going to be that time where you are needing to balance out some things and redefine things from a little bit more of a nurturing place. You're really taking care of what needs to be taken care of as far as it relates to your health, your diet, your fitness, and your schedules, your work and service, you know, what you do on a daily basis, all right, while still at the same time remaining a bit disciplined, okay? So that leads me to your affirmation during this July buck moon or this full moon in Capricorn, which is, I nurture my mind, my body, my spirit, my schedule, and my work ethic so that I become successful within my day-to-day routines, all right? So without further ado, I am wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Virgo risers, suns, and moons, this July buck moon or full moon in Capricorn is going to be taking place in your 5th house of dating, romance, your fun and joy in life, your creativity, and your hobbies in life, okay? Or children if you have them. Now, with this energy, this is going to be a culminating, triggering moment within your 5th house, okay? This is gonna be a moment where you may need to redefine a relationship, a romantic relationship. This may be a culmination around a project that you've been putting out or an artistic creation that you've been working on. This could be a culminating story around that. This could also be a culmination within maybe someone you've been dating for quite a while. Maybe you take it to the next level with this energy, okay? This could also be, if you have not been working on those things, this could be a time where you are realizing that, hey, maybe I do need to step into my fun. I need to step into my joy. I need to recommit to dating. I need to recommit to putting myself out there a little bit more. I do know that when you have that Capricorn in the 5th house, you are someone that struggles with those things, with creating, with having fun just for the sake of fun, with going out on the dates, with, you know, turning on that main character energy. And when you have this full moon transit moving into your 5th house, do know that your emotions at this time is going to be quite dependent on this area of life, right? With this, it's happening on July 10th, so in my head as a Virgo riser, when that full moon goes into your 5th house, your soul is probably aching to get out where everyone is and have fun, go to the beach, enjoy the concert, go out with the friends, right? Go and say yes to that person that's been trying to take you out on a date for a while, or get out there where the people are so that you can find a suitor or a lover, okay? And with this energy of that full moon in your 5th house, your soul could be yearning for a little bit of playtime, okay? And so this could be a time where, like I said, if you've been working on anything creative, having fun, dating, this could be a culmination of this moment, right? Of the things you've been working on in that area of life. And if not, this could be the time where you're realizing, I think it's time for me to recommit to my fun. It's time for me to recommit to my joy. Ironically enough, as a Virgo riser, you are gonna be someone that out of everyone in the zodiac, you know, for you, work is fun and fun is work. And so it's kind of ironic that I'm telling you right now that with this full moon in Capricorn, this is gonna be the time where you are gonna need to be putting on your boss energy, your ambitious energy in the area of fun, all right? You're gonna need to work at your fun in life. You're gonna need to work at your ability to let go and just let your hair down and play a little bit. This is where your ambitious streak is gonna be asked of you during this time, okay? So I am wishing you all the best during this time. I wrote down a little bit of an affirmation for you that I want you to follow during this time for you, and your affirmation is going to be, I celebrate my passions and creations with confidence and joy, okay? And so through that, you will be finding success in this area of life, of your dating life, your creative world, your love and romantic world, okay? And so without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Libra risers, suns, and moons, this July buck moon or full moon in Capricorn is going to be taking place in your 4th house of home, family, and inner emotional world. And this is going to be the time where this moon is going to be triggering this area of life. This is going to be the moment where for you, you could be, there could be a culminating moment within your home story or your domestic or private life. Maybe something you've been working on within the home, whether it be a renovation, a repair, you finding a home. It could be a culmination moment for you where you get the last, you get the destination, or you get like the thing that you've been working on in that area of your home life or your private life. This could also be the time where you are meant to work on your inner emotional world, right? Where you are meant to find a little bit more emotional stability at this time. This is gonna be something that you're gonna need to be kind of putting on your ambitious streak for. You know, the July buck moon is a time for power moves, and your power moves are gonna be all geared towards your home life and your inner emotional world and getting a little bit more settled in that area. So this may be the time where there could be a shift in the family dynamic. There could be a shift in, you know, outdated family patterns or relationships. This could be that time where you are really, really getting the area of your family, your home dynamic, and your emotions right. This brings to mind that saying, you know, this is the time where you're getting your house in order, right? Everything starts at home, and for you could be feeling that more so now than ever with this energy of your July buck moon or the full moon in Capricorn happening in your 4th house, okay? So recommit to some healing. Really do put on your ambitious streak towards figuring out some things within your family dynamic, within your inner emotional world, whether that be therapy, whether that be a renovation, whether that be you finding a better living situation. And when you put on that ambitious streak towards this area of life, you are going to find that success unfolds in this area, if not already. Because with this full moon, two things could happen depending on who you are and where your journey is in life. It's whatever you've been working on in this area around your family, your home life, your inner emotional world. This could be the time during this full moon where it all comes to fruition. It all culminates, right? Or for those who haven't been working on this area of life, this could be the time where you realize that it is time to work on this area of life, okay? Where it's time to commit to your inner emotional world. It's time to figure out the dynamics between you and your family, the relationships that are happening, you know, you finding a little bit more stability and rootedness within the home that you live in. Because I do know that when you have a Capricorn in the 4th house, it is a big, big karmic lesson for you in this area of life around home and finding stability between your outer home and your inner home. That is one of your biggest challenges in this lifetime, okay? And so this is one of those moments where you are needing to recommit, right? Your emotions are going to be very, very dependent on this area of life right now, all right? Your soul is yearning for you to really figure it out within your home life and within how you personally feel amongst your family and the home that you live in, all right, in your inner emotional world. And so with that, that leads me to an affirmation that I have written down for you. Your affirmation is going to be, I am safe, rooted and aligned with the home within me, all right? Because the home within me will reflect the home I live in outside of me, okay? So that is going to be your affirmation for this event that is taking place. I'm wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Scorpio risers, suns, and moons, this July buck moon or full moon in Capricorn is going to be happening in your 3rd house of your neighborhood, your communication, your expression, and your relationship with your siblings and neighbors. And at this time, you may find that this is going to be a really, really culminating moment within the context of those themes in life. You know, there may be a culminating moment within your relationship with your siblings, with your neighbors, with the people around you. Whatever has been transpiring between you and the neighbors and the people in your immediate environment will come to a head. It'll come to a culminating event. Do know that at this time, with this moon transiting into your 3rd house, this is going to be the time where your words will carry weight. You know, this is going to be the time where you are needing to say what needs to be said, or, you know, figure out that contract or have that conversation that will push your life forward in a better, more successful direction at this time. So this is going to be the time where you are needing to express yourself, okay? And I do know with that Capricorn in your 3rd house, that is one of your biggest life lessons in this lifetime, is to express yourself, you know, to have better relationships with the siblings and the neighbors and the people in your immediate environment. And the way that this is going to happen at this time, at this chapter of life, is going to be in you expressing yourself from a little bit more of a nurturing vibe, a little bit more of a supportive vibe, you being someone that is speaking your emotions, you offering your care. This is how this is going to be at this moment in time for you, okay? Now, with this July buck moon, this is a time for power moves, right? This is a time where you are needing to put on your ambitious streak a little bit. And so this ambitious streak is going to be asked for you to direct that energy into your communication, into your conversations in life, you know, to making some important decisions, to finalizing some contracts, to shifting a mindset a little bit. This is where you're putting on that ambitious streak. And again, like I said, I know it takes work for you, because communicating is work for you. Expressing yourself is work for you in this lifetime. But this is where your soul at this time, your emotions are quite yearning for you to get that underway. Because should you do this at this time, you're going to be finding a very you become successful in this area at this time, all right? You may become a little bit more successful within bridging the gap between you and your friends, or you and, I'm sorry, not you and your friends, you and your siblings, or you and your neighbors, or you and the people around you, all right? So without further ado, I wrote down a little bit of an affirmation for you, and your affirmation is going to be, my words carry power, truth, and grounded integrity. And when I express them, I forge my way through and my path forward to success, all right? So have those tough conversations, all right? I'm wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Sagittarius risers, suns, and moons, this July buck moon or full moon in Capricorn is going to be taking place in your 2nd house of finances, values, and self-worth. All right, and so during this time, this moon is going to be triggering some things that are going to be happening within your money situation or within your financial situation. This may be the time where a big moment of culmination will be happening within your money story, okay? This may be the time where some long overdue payments will be paid to you at this time. This is also going to be a time where your emotions and your values and how you value yourself are going to be interconnected. This is going to be the time where your soul is kind of yearning for you to really kind of like go to the drawing board and go to the deep recesses of your core to figure out how you truly feel about you. Okay, because again, I know that when you have that Capricorn second house, that is one of the biggest areas of work for you in this lifetime. And this July buck moon is all around making power moves, right? And for you, your power moves are gonna need to be made within the area of your self-worth. All right, because for you, your self-worth is a direct reflection of your net worth. All right, and when you have that full moon happening within your second house, this could be a moment in time where you finally are able to look in the mirror and say, hey, look, I got it. I can do this. I am worthy. I am valuable. And through that, you make a breakthrough. You make a breakthrough and make a pathway through to financial success and prosperity in your life, okay? So this is that time where you are needing to do a little soul searching at this moment and really figure out what it is you truly value, whether it be within how you feel about yourself or within what matters to you materially. You know, maybe you don't need all the things that you need or think that you need, right? You're going back to the drawing board within your soul, within your mind, within your heart around what truly matters to you and what is also aligned with your self-worth and how you feel about you, because through this you will be finding a culmination around your money, okay, around your finances, okay? So that is what I have for you with this July buck moon or this full moon in Capricorn at this time. Now, I wrote down a little bit of an affirmation for you. I like to give out those affirmations just so that you can align your heart to the stars. So for you, my Sagittarius risings, your affirmation for this July buck moon or full moon in Capricorn is I honor my worth and attract abundance with responsibility and faith. All right, I align my truth, my values, and my self-worth to my success and my trajectory in life. All right, so without further ado, I am wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Capricorn risers, suns, and moons, this July buck moon or full moon in Capricorn is going to be taking place in your first house of your identity, your physicality, your presence, and who you are. All right, and so with this full moon in Capricorn, it's going to trigger a little bit of a culmination around how you show up in the world. You know, this is going to be a moment in time where there's a shift in your purpose, there's a shift in your life direction, there's going to be a change in your appearance, okay? There could also be some revelations around your appearance or how you show up in the world, or a revelation around your particular path that you have set for yourself in life. This could be that moment where you are going to be also showing up a bit more emotionally outwardly to the world, if that makes sense. When you have that moon transit to the first house, you may find that you wear your heart on your sleeve at this time, or that how you feel is exposed for everyone out to see at this time. But one thing is for certain, that from a more POV standpoint with this transit happening for you, you are going to be feeling like this is the moment in time where you're going to be finding emotional satisfaction in you focusing on you focusing on your appearance, you focusing on your life direction, where it is you want to go. Now, this July buck moon is going to be a time for power moves, so to speak, right? And so where your power moves are going to be needing to be made is going to be within your self-development. You know, it's going to be within your trajectory in life and where it is you want to go in life, and you showing up authentically in life. That is where your power moves are going to need to be directed, and that's going to feel like work. All right, listen, as a Capricorn riser, your life is work, okay? You like, just to be you is work, okay? And so this is gonna be something, this is gonna be yet another chapter in your life where you are needing to put on those big girl, big boy pants and step up to the plate that is your life, all right? And claim responsibility so that you feel a little bit more emotional satisfaction in your life. Because right now your soul is yearning for you to get it right with you, if that makes sense. You know, it wants you to figure out what you want in this life, where it is you want to go, what direction it is, how you look, how you present yourself. This is where your soul is going to be finding emotional satisfaction for you at this time, and that's going to require a little work. That's going to require you to kind of navigate and turn on your ambitious streak and turn on your power moves in this area of your life, okay? So without further ado, I would like to offer you a little bit of an affirmation that I jotted down for you, and your affirmation during this July buck moon is going to be, I claim my power with grace, wisdom, and confidence, okay? And so, without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Aquarius risers, suns, and moons, this July buck moon or full moon in Capricorn is going to be taking place in your 12th house of subconscious, spiritual connection, isolation, and your dream world, okay? Now, with this energy of your July buck moon, this is going to be taking place in the energy that has to do with the nebulous, you know, the hidden, the unseen. And so this may be the time where you are needing to do a little bit of some deep spiritual reflection, or letting go of some deep-rooted emotional scars or pain that you may have been harboring, okay? This could also be the time to rest, to retreat, to relax a little bit more, okay? This is also gonna be the time where you are needing to kind of let go of any hidden burdens or patterns that you may have harbored within you, that you may have even forgot about. This is gonna be the time where these things kind of come up a little bit at the top of your consciousness, a little bit, that you will find that you are needing to address. Now, this July buck moon is going to be all about power moves, as I've like to say throughout this video, right? And where your power moves and where the work and ambition is going to need to be struck for you is gonna need to be in this area of your life. You know, you're gonna find that this may be the time where you are needing to work at just relaxing. You know, this is gonna be the time where you are needing to work at just letting go and letting God and trusting in divine timing, you know, or you working at those things that you have held so closely to your pain or to your scars within the soul, within the psyche. All right, again, wherever Capricorn is, it's where there's a lot of work and where there's a lot of karma. And so even beyond this moon that's triggering this area of life, this is going to be something that you are here to learn to work on in life. Is your subconscious, is the mind being tough on yourself and being hard on yourself. And so right now, with this full moon happening in Capricorn, this is going to be the time where there could be a culmination around this area, where maybe because you've been going to therapy, because you've been really taking the time to rest and relax, you've found that you have a little bit more of a good grasp on your psyche, on your consciousness, okay, on your mental health, right? Or for those who haven't been working on this area of your life, you find that during this full moon, this is going to be the time where those things do need a little bit of addressing, okay? Where you are going to feel like your soul is yearning to connect with a higher plane. It's yearning to take a little bit more time to rest and relax and allow yourself to just breathe and woosah, okay? So, without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best, all right? I'd like to leave you with a little bit of an affirmation that I wrote down for you, okay? Your affirmation for this July buck moon or full moon in Capricorn is, I surrender to healing and trust in divine timing, especially my divine timing, all right? So, without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best, much prosperity and abundance. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Pisces risers, suns, and moons, this July buck moon or full moon in Capricorn is going to be taking place in your 11th house of your future dreams, goals, and wishes in life, your social circles, and your friendships, okay? And so with this full moon in Capricorn, this energy is going to be triggering this area of your life. There may be a shift in your life plan or your life trajectory, or where it is you feel you want to be in 10 years from now. There may be some shifts in that. This may also be happening within your friendships in life. You may find that you are wanting to connect with people who support your future vision or where it is you want to end up in life, and you are making sure that the people that you affiliate with kind of relate with that, or at the very least support you within that, okay? Dreams in life, and by dreams I mean your ambitious dreams, they may change, all right? You may wake up during this full moon and say, you know what, that thing that I've been chasing after for the past 5 years, I don't think I want to do that anymore. That's not something that aligns with me anymore, all right? This may also be the time where, with this full moon or this July buck moon happening in your 11th house, where there may be some shifts in the communities in which you're around, or shifts in the networks that you're around, okay? This could be that time for you, all right? But this is definitely going to be a time to align with who truly supports you. This is going to be a time for you to align with your own vision and your own goals and dreams in life, all right? And I do know that you having that Capricorn in your 11th house this is a very pressing area for you. It's a very tough area for you as far as it relates to your friends and where you fit in and, you know, where it is you want to end up in the future. This is a very tough area for you, all right? Even beyond this transit, even beyond this event of the July buck moon, that's something that is just settled within your makeup of your chart of who you are. And so when you have this full moon transiting into your 11th house, this is going to be the time where your soul is yearning to get this area of your life underway. This is going to be the time where your soul is saying, hey, I think it's time to find more authentic friendships. It's time to find friends who match who it is and where it is I'm going in my life. This is going to be the time where, you know, your soul is going to be yearning for you to really figure out what it is you want to do in your life or where it is you want to end up in life, okay? So utilize this energy, okay? I like to say that this just July buck moon is all around you making power moves, right? And so your power moves are going to need to be made towards you figuring out the appropriate friends for you, the appropriate circles for you. But before that can happen, you must first get clear on what it is you want for your future so that then you can find your tribe who reflects that, okay? So without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best. Much prosperity and abundance. I'd like to leave you with a little bit of an affirmation that I wrote down for you. Your affirmation during this July buck moon or the full moon in Capricorn is going to be, I welcome connections that honor my highest aspirations and dreams, okay? So without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best. You take care and be blessed. Bye. For my Leo suns, risers, and moons, this energy is going to be taking place in your 6th house of daily routines, work, health, your work and service in life, and your fitness, your diet, all right? And so this energy of this July buck moon or the full moon in Capricorn is really going to be illuminating your 6th house here. And it's going to be bringing things up to the surface that need to be reckoned with as far as it relates to, you know, your work, your health routines, how you serve others, all right? So this may be the time where this July buck moon is going to be asking you to address health matters, all right, such as maybe starting a new fitness routine or a diet or releasing old habits that are harming your energy and your vitality, that are preventing you from being able to succeed within your career or within your day-to-day, you know, structure. This is going to be that time where you are needing to make those power moves within how you handle your job, how you handle your responsibilities within your work, you know, especially within you putting up boundaries within your work or within your schedule that are threatening burnout, if that makes sense, right? This may be the time where you need to say, hey, I need to take a day off, or I need to take the weekends off. And you are asking your manager to, well, not really asking your manager, but telling your manager, hey, I'm taking the weekends off, or I'm only going to work remote from here on out. Like, this is that type of time where with this July buck moon, you are taking responsibility and you're making those power moves to really get your health, your diet, your fitness routine under control. All right. This could also be a time when within your career where you could be gaining recognition for your diligence and service within how hard you've been working within your career. Okay. Because as you know, with that Capricorn in the 6th house, you work hard, okay? You work hard, you sometimes overgive, you know, and this could be the time where you're having a culminating moment within your, how you work, what you put out there in the world in your daily routine, in your work, in your service. This is also going to be another moment in your life where, you know, you're going to need to reflect on where you are overworking or neglecting your well-being. All right. This is a time to rebalance yourself with self-care. All right. So this is really going to be a really big culminating moment within your story revolving around your health, your diet, your routines, your schedules. And this is going to be the time where you may be getting recognition for what you are doing and how hard you've been working. You may even, from that recognition that you've been getting from a boss, from coworkers, or from your clients, or how well you've been doing in your career, where you allow yourself, or you are being allowed to take some time off or to rebalance your structure, your schedules, your routines in life that are going to be a bit more balanced at this time, okay? So emotionally, because remember, all moon transits, all full moon transits do have an emotional theme here, okay? And so the emotional theme that's going to come along with this energy is going to be maybe feelings of overwhelm, you know, duty, There could be perfectionisms that may surface, emotions or feelings around perfectionism may surface in this time, but this moon is going to support you in creating practical solutions and structured routines and healthier balance in life. It's an excellent time to let go of any like self-criticism or embrace your compassionate and discipline to move forward. Okay, so this is going to be quite an exciting time for you. Let me know if this resonates with you. Let me know if you're feeling in your heart and your soul that it is time to kind of really get your routines under control. It's time to, you know, take some of the power back within your routines and rebalancing your personal life with your output within your career or your schedule or your health, your diet. Let me know if you are feeling that it is time to make some power moves in this area of your life, all right? And while you're at it, let me know if there are any unique planets within your sixth house, because that would also color and alter this analysis a little bit. And if you let me know what that is in the comments below, I'll write back to you in the comment and let you know what you specifically could be experiencing during this July buck moon or this full moon in Capricorn. All right, so without further ado, I'm wishing you all the best. I'm wishing you a happy, you know, productive moment during this happy, productive, healing, and prosperous moment during this July buck moon. Okay, you have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm wishing you all the best. Bye.